everybody. Welcome to another conversation with the Three Geeks Podcast. It's Jason and Max here, and we'd like to welcome our special guest, Gillius Perez. How are you doing today?
Gilluis.
Hi, how are you? Hi, guys. How are you?
I'm great. I couldn't be any better. So you're down in Puerto Rico. What's the COVID situation like down there?
Well, everyone's pretty much in quarantine. Nobody's going out after 10. Everything's closed in a way. But I feel like people are very hopeful here. And, they still have like the green areas, the rivers, the beaches, everything is beautiful. But yeah, COVID situation is still going up. And the stakes are high, and I think we are taking care of ourselves the most that we can. Yeah.
Okay. So I was studying up on you a little bit, and I noticed that you did you were part of the Actors Studio.
Yeah, the Actors Studio. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a program.
Did you get to meet James Lipton?
I got to meet James Lipton. Yeah. Yeah. Before he died, before he passed away, he was an incredible person. Very humble, very legendary. When you meet him, he's James Lipton. He's very unique. But also, I got to meet Viola Davis, many actors. Ellen Burstyn was the first person I met the first day I went to the Actors Studio. Many Jessica Chastain, Al Pacino, of course, Alec Baldwin, Bryan Cranston, so many people that I really admire in the industry.
Oh man, you met the guy who knocks.
Yeah. Yes, I did. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I met Sarah Silverman, which I awkwardly fell asleep on her. When she was talking, I was so tired because the MFA is so exhausting. But I met her, and it was very awkward because I fell asleep with her and talking, and I was just like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And she was like, "Oh, you're sleeping on me," But it was cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. Is it like the show on TV when you're in those seminars?
It's rather not. It's really, well, the first part of the interview, yeah, it is kind of. We stop a lot, and it's like an actual set. There's cut. There's we have to clap and stuff like that. But because I was in the program and I was one of the students, so they remove all the other spectators, and they leave us just by having like a master class in a way. And it's about 30 minutes after the questionnaire. Yeah. So yeah, we spend a lot of time with them. We talk with them. We kind of like surround each other, and pre-COVID time, and we would do like exercises or anything that we could, anything they wanted to do.
So
when
you're doing those, and you just named off some of the most famous celebrities ever, are you like geeking out, or like just nervous, or just like trying to hold back the excitement that you want to go up and just discuss all the movies they've been in and all the stuff that is awesome?
I feel like it's not. I don't want to sound like super cocky, but I feel like when you're in the Actors Studio, like there's a certain etiquette that they give us, and they train us to understand of being an actor and what is being an actor about. And I feel that when we are in those situations, I think I see them as humans. I know they've been, Al Pacino. I was like, oh my God, he's there, like he's so small, or like for example, Viola Davis is an astounding woman. I was just like, oh my God, in awe. But at the same time, you kind of, I don't know, you humanize them in a way that is very relatable to you and what their experience has been, and where it's where you're going through at that moment, because you're working in the studio for 24 hours almost, and they talk to you about their experiences growing up and everything, and I think it's very relatable. So I don't know, I don't feel like I'm super like, oh my god, like, you know, like all these people is like gods, you know. I keep a certain space between us, and I hear them, and because I think there's so much energy you can waste when you are like just drooling over them, and instead of like learning from them, you know,
That's true.
absorbing.
I absolutely agree. It's something that I taught myself over the last 6 years of doing podcasting is you got to hold back. And I've learned that I like having more of the conversation. Like right now, talking to you about, you know, the classes that you took and stuff. I find that a lot more fun than geeking out over a specific movie. But sometimes it still comes out. I can't help it.
You're a fanboy. You know,
Right. No, I know. I mean, it's gonna come out, of course. It's not like we're not, you know, starstruck or anything. But I don't know. I work with I work with the same coach as Bradley Cooper, and that was for me a huge, like, because he was doing A Star Is Born when she was coaching me at the studio, and she got me in the, not on the set, but kind of in the work where he worked with another actors that we're gonna be cast in the movie. And for me, it was like I kind of saw all that operation going on, you know, backstage. So I felt the emotion, like, oh my god, I'm being trained by the same person as Bradley. Like, she's entering me into this, you know, divine world, where, because I admire him too so much. But at the same time, I saw everything like backstage and everything, you know, behind closed doors, and it was really cool. And I kind of felt like, oh, I'm just another life. You know, we're just all together, like we're all similar, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds like you have a lifetime of stories just from attending the class.
I know. It was a very special time. Very recent. It was just, I graduated in 2018, and for me it was very special, and I feel like I hold so many of my mentors dearly to my heart still, you know, like very, very, and I think I will for my entire life.
And you've also trained in ballet and classical dance, right? Was that?
I did.
Was the dance first, and then the acting is something you found, or did you do the dance in service to the acting?
I did. I was living in Puerto Rico at the time, and I feel like I was working as an actor, like in a professional theater and everything, and local TV shows. And some guy ran into me, who was the director of this ballet company, and he said, like, he saw a production I was in about physical theater, and he said, like, oh, I'm willing to accept you as one of my actors in the company if you're willing to train, and I will give you like a you know, training for free. And I said, well, that's a nice exchange, so maybe I can do it, and I'm gonna try it. And you know, actors, they go for it, you know. And I know I'm Puerto Rican. I have rhythm. I love to dance. So you know, I got my thing on, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And that's how I ended up in ballet. But I feel it's a discipline that I really, really admire, and I feel that you know, I have so much respect, and it showed me a lot of things about discipline and about poise and grace that I took for acting, for sure.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, so you do stage acting as well as like, you know, TV and movies and stuff. So I know dance is will help in that area more than anything. But
for sure.
I mean, ballet is rough.
It is rough. I was literally in a strict diet. It was a lot of work because I was working at the same time I was working on movies. I was studying my bachelor's, and at the same time I was working in theater productions. So I didn't even know how I did it.
Yeah, really. So like the only thing you weren't doing was sleeping then?
And I don't know. I don't know. I think I don't even know how if I was sleeping that much. And and also I was in a relationship as well, which is tough too. You know, to have the personal life balance with your work life is very difficult. And I feel that I don't even know how I did it. but I kind of did it. I think I'm a workaholic.
Yeah, you might need to go see somebody about that.
Right? I think so. Yeah, no, yeah, I think so. But that was pre Actor Studio, so Actor Studio showed me a lot about balancing and that. But yeah.
That's awesome. You seem to have a lot of training. I'm going to get into your filmography in just a minute, but like what films or what actors or actresses inspired you to want to get into acting in the first place?
Well, I remember one of the first films that I watched was E.T. and I really love the character of Elliot, which is, I still cry over it as an adult now. And I feel that Javier Bardem was a person that I remember seeing in Almodovar films. And I think Javier Bardem was one of the person, and Raul Julia also was amazing. But yeah, I think that character he has a movie called something about the moon. I don't remember exactly the name now, but when I was little, I remember seeing that Javier Bardem portraying that character, and it was very. I wasn't supposed to be watching that movie, first of all, but I remember it was so real. It was so vulnerable, and it was so. I felt so seen at the same time, and it was in Spanish, and my first language is Spanish, so for me it was like, wow, this is amazing, and I think that was my first instinct of make believe in a way.
Well, you've been in a lot of stuff.
The Tit and the Moon.
Yes, that one. Because in Spanish is different. That's why. In Spanish is another title. So
it probably sounds way better in Spanish. Or El Tercer Romano, is that it? Or is that
what?
That's not his character? I guess it was his character. Okay.
Yeah, he's a writer. He's a writer in the movie.
The Tit and the Moon. They had to come up with a better name for the movie than that.
Yeah, I think it's different, but I think it's different in Spanish for sure.
Y la Luna.
Yeah, no, it's the same. All right. Well.
Cheers. Salud.
So, at the beginning of your recently I got into short films. I didn't know like where to find them or anything prior to, because Amazon lately and Netflix have been buying a lot of short films and putting them out there for people to see. So I've just now started getting into short films. And at the start of your career, you were in quite a bit of short films. What's that like versus working on a feature-length film?
More responsibility, more time, more responsibility, less sleep, more time to discover things and more time to take off after. Yeah, I think that's about it. But I feel like the work ethic it's similar, and of course in short films usually when I was starting they were very low budget, so I think the discipline and the work ethic was, the film depended more on us, the actors, the director, how we were, working, because everyone else, like the crew and everything, it was messy sometimes. So I feel it taught me a lot about taking things very seriously and being concentrated and having a purpose in the film. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's the difference in my perspective.
Okay, and then you were in a TV series called The Classroom. What's it like working on a TV series?
The Classroom was a show I did for Funny or Die. I think you guys know Funny or Die.
Yeah.
So this is a film. This is a TV series that I did while I was in school. I don't even know how I did it, but I did it. And it was 2 in the morning, and 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. The calls, it was very exhausting, but it was very fun. It was it was a good experience. Let's just leave it like that.
Yeah, man, I want to backtrack just a little bit because in
Sure.
2014 you directed, produced, wrote, and starred in a short film.
So No Sleep Again.
So what is that like doing everything?
I'm doing it that now. This year, I'm doing it again with another, but a bigger film for sure. But in that time, that was like my first film that I produced and I wrote and I acted all in it, and it was very. I don't know. It was. I don't remember much because I don't. Yeah, because
gotta
I was.
sleep more,
I
man.
had no. I had so many hats. I had so many hats, and I had so many things that I was going through. But I had a lot of company that was by my side, and they really wanted the film to succeed, and they wanted the final product to be something real and touching and respectful, and I think it was. But at the same time, during the set and during like the whole pre-production of the film, I don't remember much really, because so many it was so many things, so many. But it was a beautiful experience, and I'm gonna do it again this year. um since 2014 I didn't do it, and the film was very well received. The first showing in a festival, like it was like 400 people, and it received the audience award, and then it went to other festivals, and it received many other awards. And so I felt very, um, recognized. That was like the first thing that I did that I really felt really proud of what I was doing.
I had a question. What's it like to watch the dailies of yourself? Like, do you find yourself never satisfied with your performance?
I don't watch it. I don't watch it. I don't watch it. I have a very hard time. I watch self tapes because the self tapes you kind of like have to dig in a little bit before you send it because it's just the one shot. But I don't. After the product is done, after I've been like months working on it, I'm not gonna watch that. Even if it's like HBO, Netflix, whatever. I don't even watch it. I there's the one that it got out this year, the winner, Ganador. I haven't watched it completely, and this is a confession, but it's true. I haven't watched the whole thing because I have a very hard time watching myself and seeing this other character, or sometimes I would see like something that I could have done better, or yeah, that I would have done better. I don't know. I'm very hard on myself too.
Yeah, that's my trouble too. I if I'm doing anything that's original, I find myself stalled all the time just because I'm like, well, it's not good enough, and I don't want to put out anything that's
Right.
not.
Right. You don't want to put, and also I don't know if it's the same thing for you, but I feel when you're talking personally, for example, in an interview or something, or doing something, because most of the characters that I've done are very fearless, are very aggressive and extravagant and hard. They're very not me personally. They handle guns. They punch people. They kick. They do stunts. They drive. It's very not me at all. So for me, when I'm being me myself personally, Gilluis, I'm very shy, and I get very conflicted with that because people expect that character, those characters to come alive when you're talking and when you're being yourself, and it's just something that lives within me. But it's very hard. It's like the same thing to watching yourself. It's something that is difficult.
And when people, like obviously they'll watch you in a movie or a TV show, and they'll see this very aggressive or out there character. When they recognize you for that, like outside of the movie, is that
Oh man.
like are you like proud in a way, like, hey, like I pulled it off so much that they think that's me,
Oh
but
man,
also
no.
like that's not me at all.
Oh god, no, that has not been my experience. I feel that, I mean, they are very like, they received me literally like as the character. You know, sometimes when they say hi or in a public place or something, they want to talk to me like the character, or they want to do something that is resembles the character, and I feel so awkward and so uncomfortable. And it's something that it's kind of taking a toll on my life because um, I've been called many times for other roles that are similar to that, you know. And they sometimes the producers or directors they call me or they tell me like, I want I want the character for this for my project, and I'm like, well, that character is from that project, you know.
Mm.
Is you know, but you know you understand like they typecast you, they
Right.
typecast you, and it's something that you need to maybe you don't have to run from it. You just have to understand what you give as a person and as an actor, and if that's what's gonna get me food on the table, I'm gonna do it, you know. But at the same time, it's kind of something that I've been struggling to understand in the recent like the past year, because it's something that it's especially in social media where you post something and it's completely opposite to what your life is about. It's the same thing with characters.
That's true, and yeah, a lot of times people will in the typecasting or people will put that attitude or that aura on you, and yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, when you get offers or when you're trying out roles, like do you try to like, okay, well, I've done 3 movies where I've been like Fast and Furious. I need to do a movie where, or I need to do something where it
Hmm.
shows a little more soft.
No,
You know?
definitely. Yeah, I'm actually yesterday I we started talking about a movie that we're filming this hopefully this year, and the film is completely opposite to what I've done in the past things and the past projects, and I feel that yeah, I totally need to manage the direction of what I want to do in my career for sure. I don't want to stay inside the box, you know. I think it's something very important, not only for other people to see what you can do and what you can bring to the table, but for you mentally, you know, and emotionally, that you can do other things. You're just not one person, you know.
Mm. Yeah, I think that like now too, with all the COVID and everyone's had a time to like like slow down and look at themselves.
Right.
It's that stuff is becoming more important, and that's really interesting. Just that.
Intersectionality. That's what
Yeah.
I yeah, for sure.
So, what's the winner about on Netflix?
The what? I'm sorry.
The winner. What's it like? What's
Oh,
it about
Ganador.
on Netflix?
Ganador.
Well, the show is based on the life story of Latin superstar Nicky Jam, who grew up with Daddy Yankee, and he grew up in Puerto Rico, in New York, also in Boston, and he struggled to becoming who he is right now, who's like a living legend of the reggaeton genre. And yeah, I played Chino, which is um, a person of interest in his younger life who literally wants to kill him. And it's yeah, it's just a bad guy. It's very very real, very. If you guys get to watch it, I think you're not gonna expect what you will watch. I feel like people, when they see a show that is about a singer, they expect the show to be about just music and about or a musical or something very, I don't know, very very mainstream in a way.
Mm.
But I feel this show was very clever on how they show the classism and how they show poverty and how they show struggle with drugs and social struggles and everything. And I feel it gave a reality of Puerto Rico in the 2000s when I was growing up, and I'm very proud of that, because it gave a really good portrait of that.
Okay. So what's coming next from you? What are you working on now?
Well, recently I started a month ago. I started in a music video for a singer called Skeptic. very popular here in Latin America. And so yeah, the same thing. I was very proud of that, and I'm very grateful to be called for that, for things like this. And during the pandemic, because two of my shows came out during the pandemic. One in April and one in May, one in ABC and the other one in Netflix. But at the same time, I recognize that I'm very, very lucky, and I know many people are struggling, especially artists too, at the same time, that are, they don't have, an outlet to work, and so I was very lucky to be called for that. So I did that. It came out on October 4th, the day of my birthday, and yeah, yesterday I kind of like logged into working on a film that we're gonna start working now during these final months of the year. I cannot say name, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun film. It has nothing to do with with aggressiveness or anything, like very similar to what I've done before. And is a good person.
Oh, so. Are you in like is it pre-production right now? Or are you just kind of waiting for everything to get going?
I was attached to this project and another movie, but the other movie before the COVID hit, and but the movie was delayed, and so we're starting to do the other one, which is the other project that is already it's only in script, it's pre-production for sure. Yeah, but there's so many people attached already, and there's so many like the storylines are already taking place, and the technicality of it is very already in the talks and everything. So I feel, yeah, it's pre-production, but I feel it's gonna be something with a lot of enthusiasm and excitement, because most of the people that are working on it are people that haven't worked in 8 months.
So they're motivated.
They're super motivated, and I'm super happy for them. And I feel like it's something that is gonna be very special because this time is very, very rare and very crazy.
Well, first off, thank you so much for coming on. Where can everybody find you on the social medias?
Thank you, guys. My social media is on Instagram is Gilluis, Gilluis .Perez, and the same thing in Twitter, Gillius Perez /. Yep.
Awesome. I'll put the links to both of those in the description of this. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I hope to have you back on in the future.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you. For sure. Thank you, 3 Geeks Max. That's your name, right?
No problem. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
It was great talking to you.
And thanks everybody for listening and watching. Bye.
Good night.